Oops. True Crime Tale of Side World YouTube. Numb Nuts here. The whole holy grail of numb nuts. I wanted to go over another allegations of 4 men go on a camping trip together in Maine, near this mountain, in a lake. It is, whoops, I can't see. Allagash Mountain. And, this is another episode off of Unsolved Mysteries. Of course, like I said, you can watch it for free on YouTube. But what it have caught my attention, and something I've been saying when I first started looking into this, was mountains and lakes, and what's their purpose. And to me, of course, bodies of water, have been around for billions of years. Dinosaurs throughout time, hell, even when this godforsaken earth has been made. But what I've been discovering, what I've been saying of my own research, and I'll tell you, people that probably would have thought this stuff was crazy back in the day and just completely insane, I have been seeing a lot of stuff coming up saying, oh, all this hidden stuff is starting to be revealed. Like, say so, the city of Atlantis, where everybody used to think that was a place that never doesn't exist. It was just something made up by the Greek gods or something, or whatever the hell it may be. Whoever made up the story. But yet there's been cities in the past year or two or so that's been coming up of people discovering stuff underwater, mind you. Which, hey, you can say the city where it's at the point where you can say the city of Atlantis did exist. And I would put money on it that place existed. Finding it has probably been so hard. Why? Because, right, the shifting and adjusting of the earth, it's tough. It's tough trying to, when the world has its own movement, just like its own natural gases that cause global warming. You mean to tell me that these ice bergs up on the North Pole, up there north, are melting because of global warming? I'd fight to the death to that it's a bunch of crock of shit. Because if you had an ice age that hit the dinosaurs, if you had an ice age or an ice melt, mind you, that happened in like the early 1800s, and a big boulder that drifted down from up north and stopped in the middle of Fitchburg. If you're going to tell me global warming hit way back then, when pollution wasn't even as half or even 99% like it is today, supposedly damaging the Earth's ozone and global warming. Say what you will. Which leads me to the mountains and lakes. I'm sure lots have been here billions of years, and a majority of them, I think, have been made. And we get water holes that have no depths, which I'm going for this lake or this mountain and the lake that is around it. Allagash Mountain is an Allagash lake. And Allagash, I don't know, I forget if they said it was a native word, but it was, and this is what I've been finding in my surroundings, in my research. Mountains, lakes, rivers, all habitated by Native Americans throughout the United States. They used to have mountains as their sacred place for the spirits of the past chiefs and warriors to be sent to the top of the mountain, and that's where they would kind of worship. And when the mountains, would be used for war throughout the Native Americans, for smoke signals to other tribes, there was a lot running on these mountains for use. And I even believe to think that these mountains, right, a lot of them used to rumble back in the day, just like Silver Lake and Fort Devens. Now Devens has no depth. Used to be a mountain there. Native Americans went to bed one night, woke up the next morning, and there was a lake. Where am I getting my point to? If you've heard my videos before, you'll know. But I like to keep you all in suspense. So, with my research and my stuff that I've been looking into and learning about all this and the mountains and and then you get the Native Americans that used to see things back in the day. Well, at this particular mountain, in the lake, the four gentlemen camping was canoeing in the lake at night. Big ball of light come up near the mountain. And I'm going to say it came out of the mountain. Because in my research, like I say, and what I think of big, huge mountains, I always get an eerie feeling whenever I look at a big mountain from a distance. So I pass Mount Wachusett, I don't know how many times a day, just for the fact that I know what was at that mountain. And now that of the research I've been doing and thinking what is in the mountain, that's a big ass friggin' rock. There's a lot of rocks. I think a mountain is a big, huge rock. Hollowed out in the middle. And what could be in that mountain? And these four people, they all had lie detector tests. They all did hypnosis. They all did the things that everybody did back in the day and passed with flying colors of a UFO. And the thing chased them on the lake. And they also lost like 2 hours of time, which is another thing. But like I keep saying, with my research, what is in the mountains and what is in the lakes or any water hole pond that has no depth to it, I have reason to believe that these are underground tunnels and portals that they travel in and out of. Hell, there's 3 of them in Littleton, or acting. And another one I mapped out. I have a mapping of it. And there's pretty much a straight line leading to each pond. So that being said, within the mountain valleys and over here in the mountain valleys and the lakes, waterways, I believe there's something in there. I believe there's something beneath us. And it came out one night for these guys and chased them down, abducted them. And with all the testing that I've seen done on humans throughout time, and people saying they're in these rooms that look like hospitals and, clinics or whatnot, and blah, blah, blah. It's come to my understanding that, yeah, these extraterrestrials are only trying to figure out, probably what we are or whatnot. And I believe that these extraterrestrials have no fear of us, of course, because they know that they have more equipment in us. But these magnetics that these people talk of and stuff, I believe lead to the spirit world too, and has the eruption in the spirit world that gives it the energy it needs to come out. But knowing now that this is another spot of another mountain, another lake that could have housed or is housing extraterrestrials underneath us, traveling tunnels. I believe it ain't just outer space they live. I think they have a base underneath us, and they are monitoring us. So, and when these guys seen it come out, and it was like 70 something, it just leaves me to believe, like, damn, there's more to the mountains and the landscape and to this earth than what anybody can imagine. And to me, kind of not being the one to know all this, but to learn this on my own and learn this from places of interest that I've been just looking up for other things, and then new things come up. It's like, whoa, I wasn't looking up this, and then I found out that. It's like, what the I'm not saying I'm the one uncovering this, but as long as I've been living, I ain't never heard kind of tales like I've been bringing out. So, and if they were tales that were brought out in the past, of course, them people must have been thinking they were crazy and didn't want to get locked up in the nut house. But now everything's starting to unfold, and there's no more stopping it. Even I was telling my wife today that the government can't even cover up this shit no more. That's right, they can't cover up this no more. A lot of people are catching a lot of things out there flying around in the sky. My man Cooper, hi. Which I'm meaning to call you soon, brother. Don't worry, I got your number. He has actual video of being followed by a UFO. That's right. They're being more active for people to see for some apparent reason. Whatever the case may be, all I know is these hills, these mountains, these even leads me back to H.P. Lovecraft. My man Boris introduced that man to me because of things I was coming out in my videos and talking about. And that man back in the 1920s was talking about stuff that I was talking about. And is a perfect example. But he couldn't be nonfiction about it. People, I think, pretty much already thought he was a nut. He had nervous breakdowns. He had nightmares that were teaching him and telling him things. And I believe that it was all non-fiction. And he wrote it all out and documented it, but still, no one wasn't going to believe that stuff. This guy, people did get to read his stuff, probably thought he was an absolute nut. But you know what? What I've been uncovering on my research and having that man to back me up. And he used to write about all the New England towns. Even made up towns, I believe, but that ain't the point. Point is what he put into the story and what he said he's seen. I think he did see, and he had to put it all fictional so he wouldn't be locked up. All coming the truths, folks. All coming in stuff like this unsolved mystery stuff that came out years ago. It might have been there, but I guarantee you there were people out there. This show is bullshit. It might have lasted. It's still on for seasons. It's still up on air, but how many people do you think that sit there and say, that shit's bullshit? Yeah, that's right, all you non-believers. Believe. You have no choice, no more. I'm on a trail to something. And when I do get the chance, man, I want to head my ass out to this lake. And I want to catch me something out there at Allagash Mountain. Point of interest. I need to go. When I get time and money, I go. Ha-ha! Till the next video, be safe, take care, always beware, and always believe. If you don't believe, you're a fool.